Scrapyard. We ain't gotta act hard. Sasquatch back, y'all, we flipping like a flash car. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Street beat, Scrapyard. We ain't gotta act hard. Sasquatch back, y'all, we flipping like a flash car. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part.
Welcome to Scraptalk podcast. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. You gotta introduce yourself, Steve.
Oh, Firechicken.
I thought it was 619, Steve.
No,
I know.
I
Look
first
like
looked out.
Steve.
Right, first look. Yeah.
Hey, this was a gift from
Nice.
From 619.
No, it wasn't from 619. This is a gift from Ruckus. I think he gave it to me on our anniversary event like a couple years ago.
Nice.
Okay.
So I've always got it nearby, upstairs near the podcast. But how you guys doing?
Everybody good, man. We're doing good. How about y'all?
Life, just stuck in traffic, with your boy Crazy Legs, since we're not doing introductions and shit. Like, I don't know y'all folks. But yeah,
Hopefully,
I'm stuck in traffic. It's hot. Got my windows up so y'all can hear me. I'm just cooking.
hopefully by episode 11, everybody should know who we all are.
For real. Well, if you don't know now, you know I'm Viking Warrior, Firechicken, and Crazy Legs ugly ass. Looking like what's his name? Blade. Blade. What's his name? Wesley Snipes.
Blade. Fuck. Nah, I look like fucking Jazz from Fresh Prince. That's who I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you do.
Jazz.
Man, Uncle Phil gonna throw your ass out the house.
Nah. Gotta get those beats going. I already know. About to buy a DJ set, start my DJ career, or a little mini DJ career.
Nice. Or that dude off Twilight. He look like the guy off Twilight. Nice.
Dude off Twilight. Nah.
He can't look like the guy off Twilight and Blade. Blade kills the ones from Twilight.
Facts.
It can't look like two different people. Well, what's new with you, Steve? Oh shit. I got a change like.
Shit, man, just like it's fight week. We're just stressed out like always because it's a week before fights, and I write down this like giant list of things I have to do. Make sure this is done, this is done, this is done. It all ends up getting done, and everything's going great. We got I'll get more into like after we talk about what's going on with all of us, but I'll talk about more about the event coming up and stuff. But yeah, that's what it is. Enjoying summer with the kids, and went out to
that part.
Yep,
that part. That's good.
Went out to a family reunion last weekend. I had a great time. Haven't seen a lot of people in quite a while, and realize like how important it is to be around, see family when you don't ever see them. So that's what's been going on with me. What about you guys?
That's awesome, bro. I'm glad to hear that. It is important, bro. I'm on leave for the whole summer until the end of August, so this is especially a good summer, because I'm spending time with the kids every day, all day. So
nice. That's important.
It is cool. I did get in a car accident on Wednesday, messed up my van.
Oh, damn.
I got hit from the back and I ran into somebody in front of me. But my shit still drives, so I'm still getting it. I'm like, my shit ain't out of commission. I'm all right.
You guys okay? All you guys okay?
Yeah, nobody got injured. So that's a good part.
That's good.
Yeah. What's up, Crazy Legs?
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm lagging or not. Like y'all sound like robots to me. But pretty much what's new for me is pretty much just trying to recover from my fight from last weekend. Well, last weekend I guess. Like it was hard fight. Weight cut kind of fucked me up. I was procrastinating too long. Like as Mike can know, like fucking 5 days out, like my stomach was kind of bloated. And like he was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got it." But I didn't get it. And, like that kind of like drained my whole like energy level during the fight, and it for sure showed. And like I got my ass beat pretty much. And it was just like it was fun, but you know.
Nah, give the
Not fun to
pluses,
get
man.
your ass
That was your first time fighting kickboxing or Muay Thai in MMA gloves.
beat. Yeah.
So say that part. And he fought hard. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no bitch ass fight. Like he had a tough competitor and he was fighting. You know, that's what I was happy to see. You know, them shots
For sure.
did not feel good, I could tell. But
It
definitely was
didn't.
fighting.
Like why? The match ended because like it got DQ'd because he kept hitting me when I was pretty much had my knee on the ground and he kept like going for me, so the ref kind of just like cut the match.
Oh,
So that's
damn.
kind of like yeah, but like if he didn't do that, like I was losing. Like he already counted me twice already. Like it was gonna be off for me. So it's just like I stayed in there, tried my best. Like I for sure felt the weight cut from that fight. Like I didn't feel like my body was there. Like I couldn't attack as I wanted to. I was fighting flat footed. It was just like I was just taking shots. Like for sure, if I take these glasses off, you might see a black eye. But I ain't taking these glasses off, so it's all good.
Still fresh.
What did you have to?
Still fresh.
What did you have to cut to?
To 55, but like I was like eating hella shit, and I was reaching 80.
Yeah, this dude was 170 something when I saw him on Saturday the day before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
pretty much. Like the day of, because like the day of weigh-ins, I was hoping to like lose like at least 4 or 5 pounds the day before. But I just didn't happen because I was stuck with work and just like other shit. So like the day of, I had to lose like at least 12, 15 pounds that day. It was fucking me up. I tried to go to the sauna. The sauna, I was just overheating in the sauna. It was bad. I was pretty much in the gym from like 9 a.m. to like 6:30 p.m. Just trying to lose the weight.
And that's the thing, you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys out there listening that don't really train super hard or go through training camps like that before your fights. You know, when you're doing an amateur circuit, it's like a must to cut weight. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you can go in there. Like I fought at 185 at MMA. You know, quite a few times I just walked in there, but it was not the best idea at all. You know what I'm saying? I only won 2 times in those 7 fights that I had at 185 because it was just a ground and pound mess. They try to take me down, and then I'm fighting off the submissions, or I'm fighting, you know what I'm saying, to keep my face intact from the ground and pound, you know. So it's like people don't understand that, you know, unless you really do it or commit to the weight cut, how hard it is to fight under such, you know, drastic weight cut. You know what I'm saying? Like really is. It's like an extra. It's like an extra weight on your back. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had energy do shit. It's just like that, like small little like oddness in my body. Just like I wasn't as jumpy as I usually was. Like my defense wasn't there. Like I said, I was flat footed when, like, you guys know, as I fight, like I'm never flat footed. I'm always jumping around doing shit. Like that whole fight, like I really couldn't throw a decent kick. It was just like it was bad. It was just pretty much playing defense, working on my boxing, trying to survive. And like it kind of surprised me because like I was going in there thinking it was going to be 2-minute rounds, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, it's 3-minute rounds." So I was like, "Well, fuck." Like, oh no, probably my energy's gonna last, but we'll see. Like,
yeah, the weight cutting, man. I feel you. I was at one point an amateur fighter myself, and you know, I cut down from 185 to 190 down to 170 for all my fights. And some of the fights, you know, I had to cut a little bit more closer to the fight than I should have. And I know what you're saying though. Like you just don't really feel like it's almost like you're tired. Like you just can't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
feel
Like,
that fatigue in your body.
yes. Yes. Like you just didn't sleep at all. And you're going to train the next day and you just feel like, man, I feel like dog shit. Like I stayed up drinking all last night and I just don't feel like it. But yeah, you do put yourself through hell trying to get those last few weights down or last few pounds
like
down.
literally, pretty much, yeah. Like literally, even like before the fights, just doing pads, just warming up. Like I was fading. Like my energy wasn't there. Like I had to like take a little breathers. Just like it was just during pads, and like we weren't doing pads for that long. Like even that was fucking up my energy. Like it was bad. But no, like I for sure like have to take full responsibility for it. Like I fucked up. I should have been procrastinating on it. It's just like it's a battle of itself. Amateur. Like if you're not on weight or like at least a pound over or something like that, they look at you like, what the fuck were you doing? And like that's not a good look for anyone.
You're absolutely right, man. It's on you. Like when I realized when I had to cut weight, you know what I'm saying? I had to realize that it's on nobody else to make sure I make this weight but me. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm being lazy at home or if I'm not putting in the extra work, it's gonna affect the whole team. And at the same time, it affects my, you know what I'm saying, me as a fighter, because now I'm not staying committed to what I set out for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you commit to a weight, if you say a weight and you say you commit to it, you really have to do your best to stay at that weight or get at that weight. You know what I mean? It's an obligation.
Yeah.
And when I see them super fat boys, it's
stay in
like,
your lane.
Yeah, facts. But I've been there, so I understand, man. I've been a super fat boy, so I know how it go.
That's me.
Yeah,
I got chewed out by my coach
just
this morning, and it was so nice. Made me cry a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, you deserve it, man. At the end of the day, man, that's what we got a coach for we can be accountable for our bullshit. You know, at the end of the day, fighting it's not for everybody, and it's a discipline. It's more mental than physical because you have to tell yourself every day that you can accomplish the task that you need to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Before you even get up to even move to do it. You know what I mean? It's like you have to tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna go do these fucking 5 laps. I'm gonna go do these 10 laps real quick. You know, and your body already tells you, fuck no, I don't want to do this. So now you're talking to yourself and you're like, all right, well, should I do it or can I push it off to later? You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to have a fucking conversation with yourself to try to talk yourself out of it. But at the same time, you're still trying to talk yourself into it. You know? You're still trying to talk yourself into it. So it's like, it's just up to you of moving. As soon as it's in your mind, we have to move. And that's what Steve showed me with the videos and stuff. It's like, you can't be lazy. You can't be inconsistent or else the shit ain't going to grow. Nothing's going to grow if you're not consistently pushing or consistently trying to improve your craft.
Sure.
You know?
I'm sure we all see that. Steve's always getting better.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you did learn something from it too. You know, you got to that point where the fight came, and you're like, okay, I didn't get myself to where I needed to be, to where before I really made that weight cut. You know, so next time you go to do it, you'll know like, okay, I really got to work like the more at the beginning, mid part. That way, when I get to the end, you know, like the weigh-ins, because it's not too bad to lose a couple pounds on fight day or you know, the day before fight day. But man, when I know my last fight that I did, I waited until like the end, and that's the one I was kind of talking about where I just dehydrated myself. I did everything I wasn't supposed to make weight, and it does, like you said, it does affect you, but it's and also
sure,
like you said, fighters don't or people that aren't fighters don't realize like how much goes into this.
Yeah, for real, man. It's a lot of dedication, man, and if you're not consistently dedicating yourself, you know, every day, it's an everyday thing. you know. And if you're not dedicated, it's gonna show, and it shows in all our fights. You know what I'm saying? We can point out ourselves if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're only human being. We all, have the same feelings like everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. For sure, like where I'm at right now, if I don't like change, start doing better, like competition is only getting harder from here.
It's just
That's not
about
like
the building your own confidence, and how you do that is the hard work you put on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then that's how you get more confident walking in that bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
What up? What up? Free smoke. What they do?
What's free smoke? Got free smoke in the building?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, free smoke?
135-pound champ.
Yeah, like I know free smoke cutting weight isn't that hard, like because like last fight I had, like it was easy. That's why like I kind of just like took my time. So I was like, okay, I can easily drop 10 pounds, no problem. So I was kind of just like procrastinating. But this time, like I don't know what changed, what was different. But it was just like it wasn't coming off. And day of, like I was in the sauna, just overheating, dehydrated as fuck. It was just like something different from how it was last time. Like either
And
like I was just eating too much, I had too much sodium in my intake, too much sodium in my system. So it was just like fuck. Like I for sure fucked myself over. And like it wasn't a
yeah,
match that like it was a match that like I probably could have won, or like a match that I could have made a better show. But it's just the fact that I had no energy to like really attack, or I couldn't find my balance to get in there where I really needed to, like really affected me.
yeah, man. And, hey, and I like how they both were. So Free Smoke say you used to get to 145, and if you'd ever turn pro, that's exactly where you have to fight, is at 145 because of your size. And uh, the other dudes, like, when you're gonna turn pro, and you can't turn pro until you learn how to be disciplined to cut
Yeah,
down
for
to
sure.
that weight. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Because at the
I'm
end of the
for
day, you will be a savage at 145. That's
yeah, I
your
know.
weight class that you need to fight
Look at
as a
people. Yeah,
professional.
like look at people who
Yeah,
are like in street beef right now who are 145. Like I know if I got that weight class, I would run through them pretty damn easily. Like they wouldn't be able to hurt me unless they do some crazy ass shit.
yeah.
But like, bro, like the timeline for my like just like thinking of pro, like for sure, like I have a long way to go. Like I'm getting my ass beat by my coach left to right. I have a whole bunch of people I need to pass. So like I say at least 2 or 3 years. That's why I'm actually going to like start seriously thinking about getting pro. Like I for sure have to change my mindset, work on that, just like do a bunch of personal shit. Be way before I
Facts,
like.
man.
Because right now, like I can't even like pass up McDonald's without like getting a damn Big Mac or some shit. So that's just like something I have to work on. You better not pass me, you bitch. Nah.
Put it back
Oh,
on, Steve. You could be the
No,
Firechicken
no,
619.
no.
Put it back on.
I'm done. Halloween's gonna be here in a few months. I'll put it on then.
Yep.
Oh,
but no, for sure,
You need.
going pro for sure in the mindset. So I'm nowhere near that mindset.
what
Yeah.
what do you want to go pro in? Kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA?
Yeah, kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Like
Kickboxing.
kickboxing for sure. Like
Yeah.
I wanna like everyone wants me get into MMA, but like I don't like rolling around. Like it's not my
Yeah.
joy. I did wrestling for a few years and like that was cool, but like I didn't like fucking rolling around. Like I like to
Hey,
stand and bang, like to fucking see who's gonna fall first type shit. And like one for sure, that might be in my far future, but I'm gonna start with Glory and see how far I can get with Glory.
Nice.
yeah, and war kickboxing. War is a good one
Yeah,
out here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good
for
one.
sure. I'm gonna get in war right now. Like before my fight, I was in talks of getting into Brian Johnson's card and some card in Auburn, shit like that. So like that's for sure a good start because Brian Johnson is one of like the biggest like events in Washington. So if I get in that, like war's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
But
What up, man?
because of
There he
my
is.
loss last week, my coach is kind of pissed at me. So he said until I get my mindset right and whatnot, he's not going to sign me up for any more fights. So I have to show
Yeah,
him.
it's got to start showing discipline. Yeah, you got to show discipline. And that starts with getting your fat ass up and go running a mile every day. Just start by that. I'm telling you, that shit will help. 1 mile, that's 8 minutes at the most, even if you go hella slow. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit over and done with. You good to go. It's going to kickstart your day. What's up, Lynn? So right now we're talking about just being a committed fighter and learn how to cut weight and be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? And just basically telling the people that don't really, fight or don't cut weight for fights, just how much is more mental than it is physical, and how much you really have to commit, you know what I'm saying, consistently for it to consistently show and to give you, you know what I'm saying, more value,
Yeah. That's an important thing. Like even for myself, without being a fighter, like the last time we were here, I was like, I'm 205, bro, and I've never been that heavy, and so just the consistency is all up here. But I have a hard time getting off work, getting on the treadmill, doing anything, and then it's all the food, right? It's the greasy chicken, it's the I can't stop for some reason, and it's all in my mind. I know I can, but it's just not working, bro. And either I'm gonna get bigger or I'm gonna get smaller by doing that. But at the end of the day, you're right. It does take a lot of mental confidence, but also too, it's like, setting yourself goals on, and I think being in the moment is very important. It's like I could say next week I'm gonna do this, but it starts now. And if I don't do it in the moment, when I say I need it, it's not like I need it tomorrow. I need it now. So if I know I got 5 minutes to get on a treadmill, I need to just get on the treadmill.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. As soon as it pops in your mind, you gotta just do it, because we're human beings, so we're so easily wanting to talk ourselves out of it and be like, we'll do it later or do it, and then it never gets done. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as it pops in your mind, you just gotta shut everything off real quick and make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it now.
Hey, what's up, 90 for being?
What up?
He's coming out this event. He's traveling back up to Washington. Man, actually, let's go to Len and see what's new with you, because you're late to the party.
Yeah, man. Sorry about being late, man. Everybody, I was sitting on the couch. I think the heat kind of got to me, and I fell asleep, man. And when I woke up, I saw my phone. I told my wife, I'm like, dude, I gotta go. So I just jumped up and made this happen really fast. You know what? Speaking of me doing that, though, that goes back to that mindset of working out. If I can get up to jump on this podcast, then I can get my ass up to do what I need to do. And sometimes it's just doing it. But nothing much going on lately. Football season again is around the corner. I got a couple weeks off. Not doing very much. Just dealing with, health stuff and trying to just be right, man. And, hang with the family while I can, because my daughter goes back to college real soon here. My little daughter's doing driver's ed. So taking her driving has been an experience, but yeah, nothing much going on over here, man. Just keeping it light, working hard and staying out of the way. Can't wait. I'm excited for this week's fights. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm just really excited about it. Just it's one of those moments. It's almost like I haven't been there in a long time. It feels like, I don't know why it feels that way, but it feels like a long time. But yeah,
let's talk about the event. I'm still not sure if I want to put that damn Sasquatch costume on, man. I'm telling you, like that. It sucks putting that thing on when it's like 60 degrees out, and I know I'm gonna like all this hair stuck to me, and I'm gonna look like
it's gonna be too hot, bro. Too hot.
It's gonna be feeling like you're in a pool. You're gonna be hot.
It's gonna be too hot.
So I brought up to Steve today. I was like, all right, look, we got the blow up joust, right? And it could be fun seeing a couple guys go at it during halftime. But I said, what if the Sasquatch versus the cat, the Peixoto Panther, got in the ring? Because I got a Peixoto Panther mascot, right? And I thought it would be cool for show. But he's right. the mascot for the Panthers, black, and it is hot. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if for me, I'm kind of heavy. That might be my fight. I can get in there and lose a little weight. It might sweat me out a little bit.
Hey, y'all two should do it then. Now y'all talking about it. Oh yeah, that would be a special event right there.
Go for it.
But
Like
that's
it's
an extra. All right.
when you're ready for a match. Only
Yeah.
when you're ready for a match, you only have it for like maybe 10 minutes. Like you can
For real, yeah. Just put it on the show out, and then bam,
Take it
after the
off.
match, take it off.
It would be
Take
like a
that shit off.
halftime thing, and it would only be like.
Yeah,
And the reason I brought it up is because me and Jay Gotham did that big boxing.
yeah, with
glove
the big
thing.
gloves, with
Yeah,
the big gloves.
That was like 2 years ago at the anniversary, and like maybe it'd be fun to do something like that at this one, but just a 1 minute round, just for fun, just to like.
Yeah.
We'll bring him along anyway. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'll have the costume on standby, so we'll.
All right, same here.
I might delegate someone else to wear it.
I'm about to say I'll wear it. You know what I'm saying? I'll wear that shit for 1 minute. I ain't trying to wear it longer than that though.
Right.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna.
But
So
yeah.
it says 88 for Saturday, and it's been saying like it's been hotter than it says on my forecast every day. If it says it's 95, it's been hitting over 100. So like, man, we're really gonna have to be making sure everyone's drinking water and all that stuff. And I bought a mister today.
What's that?
So it's
where it sprays the mist. That's dope.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put up a pop-up tent. I'm gonna put it over where the smoking area is. I'm gonna put the mister all the way around it. I'm just gonna have that thing running all day with a little bit of mist coming out of it. That way people can go over there and
nice.
Get cooled off.
What up, Turtle?
Also, we bought we're buying medals too. Len and I are going in on that Peixoto, and we're gonna do special anniversary medals for just this event. So it's gonna say like 4-year Scrapyard anniversary and have the new logo on it.
Nice.
Yep. It's gonna be nice.
So
It's
like
gonna be a fun event.
Crazy Legs, if you want to jump in there and do a match,
We'll see. Like I kind of overextended my arm hella bad in the fight, so it hurts just to move my arm. So
I was thinking about having like your your favorite commentator maybe introduce your match.
I don't know. Like it's tendency for sure, but like I am injured. Like I already fought on a bad knee. I don't think that's not a good idea. Like I'm not trying to fight with a bad arm either. So,
what about
injuries?
What about a lights out rematch?
Be kickbox me. I'm only fighting lights out for kickbox.
I don't know if he'd do it or not. He
might.
I
already boxed him. Like he said, he wants to kickbox and do MMA now. So if he wants to fight again, like fight on my stage, like fuck boxing.
Yeah.
I still think it would be fair. I still think it'd be fair because, he's just gonna use his hands more. But
yeah.
I haven't even asked him yet. He's probably watching this and like fucking throwing him under the bus. Like.
But even still, like lights out is just like I have no real reason to fight lights out. Trying to win space in my opinion, but that's that. He should do bare knuckle though. That seems like more of his speed.
Well, he did MMA gloves last event.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's from that fight. Like it seemed like he excelled more in that fight than he did in all his other fights. Like his style didn't seem as weird as it does in regular boxing when it comes to bare knuckle.
Yeah.
So for sure, bare knuckle might be in the future.
Let's see here. We got we're looking at man, we already got like over 35 pre-matchups made. We've never done that before. That's just pre-matchups. Like that's not counting all the new people that are wanting to fight.
People have to show up.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's why I'm letting these other guys come out too, because if one of the pre-matchups falls through, like I have other people I can put in that spot.
Yeah.
I've only gotten like a couple dropouts. So I'm hoping it'll all be good. You know, we'll figure it out either way.
Yeah, we might want to consider, you know, a lot of times we try to get started right at a specific time. We might, if we got matches made, just get started the sooner the better, right? Or, you know, because staying late and that midday heat is going to kill us, man.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
so,
but if you start too early, then you'll have a whole bunch of people missing the fighters meeting. You have people waiting, asking, "Can I do a certain attack mid-fight?" Like, you should have already known this.
I've thought about that, Crazy, but at the same time, like if you fought at the Scrapyard before, you don't need to do a fighter meeting.
Yeah,
so
for sure. But
you
we
can
have
come
a bunch
out.
of new people now.
Yeah, but I was thinking like we can let fighters get in there, you know, at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., getting it going. If they're already pre-matched up in their opponents there, we can get them going. Yeah. And then, you know, a couple hours later, you know, we'll have a fighter meeting for the new people. Or we can even do like a private fighter meeting really quick with fighters before they go in. The referee can say, look, this is boxing. Don't turn your back to your opponent. Don't throw any back fists, yada, 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 that kind of stuff.
It's more work for the ref, but it'll work.
Yeah, like a quick meeting. Hey, you know, anybody with two, 3 or less fights, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Come over here and then just quick, you know, brief, you know, break it down.
And we should have plenty of refs there. I think all of our refs are showing up to this one. So,
well, the last event we had a lot of people, a lot of fighters there pretty early.
Right.
Seemed
so
like
we can jump on it. We can jump right on it.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Also, the fact that I tried to book more MMA fights than boxing at this event, and MMA fights generally go faster because there's more ways to win. There's no 8 counts, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, we can get through a lot of fights that way.
Thanks.
I got the slow motion guy coming out again.
Nice.
We got a couple special guests. So I don't know if we've mentioned it before, but Chiseled Adonis is going to be one of our guests, and Sean Kemp will also be one of our guests.
Nice.
What else?
You're gonna guess. Any word on guest for today?
I mean, I sent him messages like I don't think we've ever had a guest not make it, but I sent it like an hour ago. He told me Friday. He asked me what time Tuesday, and I told him West Coast time, 6 p.m. And then he was on today. I sent him a message, sent him the link. I tried calling him. Could try calling him again. He was active 32 minutes ago, so you know, that was right after it started. Man, I'm really looking forward to having him on as a guest. So I'm hoping I can get a hold of him. I might step out for. I might just let you guys talk about some stuff and try to give him another call. But yeah, we got some title fights this weekend. I do want to. I want to address a couple things on the fights though. So I've had a couple people message me. Hold on, private chat. No Dizo, no word from Robin Black yet. So we match people up ahead of time. I'll let you guys know if you have matchups for the most part. I haven't let everybody know whose matchup, who their opponent is, but really, most people don't find out who their matchup's going to be until fight day anyway. So that's kind of what it's like, a smoker show. You know, you're I don't know if you fought on a couple of those, right? Crazy. You know, you don't know who your opponent's going to be till you get there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like my first fight was like that. I showed up to, it was a bar. It was called the Juno Club. It was in Tacoma, and I think
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. And so they had a cage set up, and it was Dennis Hallman's cage, and like I go in, and it's crazy because it was just like street beefs. You know, they put everyone in a circle, and they're like, all right, whose weights this, whose weights that, you know. But one thing about that, like we were talking weight cuts earlier, and I had to be at 170. I cut from like almost 190 that day, for that fight, down to 170, and you had to fight like a couple hours after you weighed in. It wasn't like you get 24 hours. So that was shitty. But anyway, so yeah, Juno Club, it was a smoker show. So, you know, like officially it doesn't count on your record, but you also don't know who you're going to fight ahead of time. And that's how street beef is. You don't always know who you're going to fight. And I mean, a couple people were like, well, I'm defending my title. I'd like to know who I'm fighting. One guy got pretty shitty with me about it, but I wasn't trying to keep it from him. I just didn't see his message there that asked specifically who he was fighting. And then I told
people, you know what, not to tap in, but I'm just going to speak my piece on this. Here's my take. And for all those that are watching, including the champs that are out there, I'm just saying it shouldn't matter who your opponent is. At the end of the day, if you're fighting the right weight, if you're fighting somebody who is ranked equally to you, you're going to fight whoever the hell we put against you. And if you can't do it, you don't want to do it, and you don't want to put up your belt or whatever, tough luck, man, because we shouldn't have to go back and forth with who's fighting who and why and this and that. Man, show up to the yard. 3 years ago, when I first showed up to the yard, it was show up and fight. It wasn't show up and let's debate and let's have a democracy and let's figure out why this and why that. Am I prepared or not prepared? If you're going to show up to fight, you show up and you should be prepared. If you're not prepared, you get your ass whooped, period. We need to stop all the politicking. We need to stop all this. I understand people might have preferences. There might be beefs, so you're calling someone out. I get that. But at the end of the day, if you hold a title belt, you should be prepared to defend that title at any time. And if you're not,
and if there's an issue in it with that, let me know, because you know I'm always here to talk. So
that's just my take. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, I can understand maybe, okay, look, this week or this fight this month, I'm not feeling it. My body's not right. I'm injured or something. Okay, now you don't put up your title. But if you're healthy and you're ready to fight, man. Let's not play games with trying to hold titles and all that, because also there should be a limit. If you don't fight this month and then you say next month I can't fight again because I don't know who my opponent is, strip the title and moves on to the next guy. There's too many people hungry and ready to fight and get these titles. We're not in the pros. This is not Showtime. This ain't you know, Mayweather and all. You know, come on, man. We got to stop all that, man. I don't, not to knock anybody. I'm not saying nobody that good. I'm just saying we're street beefs. We're not sitting down with Alex and Oscar De La Hoya, and we're not negotiating money and all that. So you're gonna fight. If we got a pre-made match for you, we can let you know who it is. That just means it's time for you to prepare even more. If not, show up. Your belt's on the line, you take the belt. If I show up and I want to fight somebody for the belt, even though I've never fought before, kudos to the fighter. Dude, that guy should be ready to whoop my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. Sorry about that vent, but there's too much politics.
Right.
No, you're right, Len. You know, that's kind of what street beef is about, you know, showing up and fighting.
It's put up or shut up, right? Put up or shut up. If we don't have enough shutting up, there's too many people that got something to say. And every time I turn around, speaking of which, I hate to be venting again, you know, maybe I'm speaking for just Scrapyard or maybe even all yards. Man, everybody got something to say too much, man. Every time somebody else is going through something, or there's an issue on this guy's page or an issue on that guy's page, but here's all these mouths, here's all these bandwagoners, people jumping in, saying this and saying that. Man, come on, man. Let's stop all that, you guys. Let's get up in this and fight, man. There's too much. I don't know if they just trying to get media exposure or if they just trying to, I don't know. I feel like everybody's too quick to jump on the negative and the bad crap than the positive, right? We don't even talk enough about the benefits of Scrapyard. We don't talk about the pluses we get out of having this enough. We used to.
Yeah.
I met Viking Warrior through the Scrapyard. I met Crazy Lake through the yard.
I wouldn't know any of you. I wouldn't know any of you. I wouldn't know any of the fighters from the Scrapyard.
Come on, man. But then I gotta be known. But then I gotta be known when my recognition comes from my comments that I put on somebody's Facebook page now. That's my recognition. My recognition ain't from being a sponsor. My recognition ain't from helping Scrapyard. It's like, come on, man. We gotta stop that, bro. Get involved. Be a part of the process. Trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Put up or shut up, and let's make this stuff happen, man. And keep the peace, because there's a lot of drama going on out here too with a lot of these dudes, man. Put down the drama, man. We always talk about guns down, gloves up, but we too quick to want to have drama nowadays. Everybody want all this drama. It's almost like we so addicted. Some of these fighters are so addicted to the drama. It's like they ain't got nothing else better to do but jump on social media and talk about whatever's bad going on. Well, come on, man. Why don't you tell me about what you did good today? Maybe you just got a good job. Maybe you and your family. Maybe like Viking, I just had a baby today. You know what I'm saying? Let's
positivity. Man. Positivity. Man, you hit that 100%. Like
that's why I got off of social media. And every time I jump off of Facebook, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm always missing the positives. I don't miss the negatives. I'm totally burnt out on it all, man. Everybody got something to say, and then everybody got something to say about somebody, all these opinions. You know what I'm saying? And foul-mouthing too, foul-mouthing each other. What they got to say on social media. Could you imagine what you would have to say when you ain't on social media?
Yeah.
You get a little higher, you get a little bottle in you, and now you even worse. You feel me? You at home talking mad crap. You feel me? Come on, man.
I mean, the whole Street Beast thing has always been about positivity, about respect. Yeah. I'm not talking about the Scrapyard. I'm talking about all the way up in the beginning from Street Beefs when Scarface created Street Beefs originally. Like, there's strict rules on you can't badmouth people for their sparring videos or their bag work. It's all about creating that positive environment so people want to be part of it, so people keep coming back, so they're part of this community. Not to where they feel like they're not wanted, where they feel like they're being pushed away, to where they want to be involved with and want to grow with Street Beefs.
And you know what? There's another piece to this, right? The bullying, right? We got a lot of us got children, right? We got kids, but here we are being bullies. It takes, if we got a real beef and it's a beef and we want to call each other out, it's a two-sided thing. People agree on it, get in the ring, fight, shake hands afterwards, squash it, and call it good. That's what when I first started watching Street Beefs, the Virginia branch, and I would watch Scarface bring guys in and say, all right, you got a problem. Let's get in this ring. Let's squash this beef. That's what I thought originally. That's why I was happy to see that, because it was better than guys solving these problems out in the streets, creating gun violence or creating, wars. And, I'm talking about some real bad, ugly stuff. But now we got this platform where I think people can get in the ring, figure out how to squash a beef, walk away from it safe, walk away from it with a clear conscience. Hey, man, you know what? My bad. I said some things I shouldn't have said, or I did something I shouldn't have did. And let's move on. And now it's just turned a point to where it's like, blah, 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 blah. And that's just, it's all talk. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, oh, well, let's get together and I'll show you. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we got the platform, you guys. We got this. So stop all the talk. Hey, man, do you want to fight? Let's fight. Let's get to the Scrapyard. Let's fight. We're done. It's over. Why we got to keep doing all this talking and all this jabbing and and then it's bad, because I think a lot of people don't really realize that how many people see what you're doing on Facebook. I had a football coach that was on Facebook. Let me tell you, he goes on Facebook. He's a rapper. He does all this stuff. He's in the club. He got the girls. He taking videos, shaking their butt. you know, we were throwing dollars at him and everything. Then he gets on there talking about, you know, he from 74 Hoover, he did this and he did that. Man, he got fired because of his social media, not because really anybody knew what he was doing in real life, but because people and parents were watching his social media. Do you know you are who you hang with? You know you are what you involve yourself with. You feel me? So if I'm on social media and I'm talking all this and I'm doing all that, people can see that. You know, and some people might not care about their image, but at the end of the day, you're going to get those shots taken. You're going to get people jabbing at you, but because you're showing your business. And we got to stop that too. All these cats got to stop that, man. Real talk. It's ugly out there. I'm not telling people what to do because you can do what you want to do. But just remember, all your actions come with some type of recourse, especially if you're letting the world see it. Yeah. Anybody can see it. They don't even got to be your friend. If I want to search Viking Warrior because I'm interested in as a person, I just go on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and just type his name, and I can see whatever he's doing in life. And then I can judge him, which is ugly because we all talk about how, oh, we shouldn't be judged. Come on now, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We're all taught as we grow up to use your better judgment to make the right decisions. So we have to judge in order to make right decisions. So here we are doing things and we're not understanding that, oh, I don't want nobody to judge me. I can wear what I want to wear. I can talk what I want to talk, to say what I want to say. I can be who I want to be. Fine, do that. But just remember, you're being judged. And if you don't like it, it's up. It's just natural. That's the way it is in life. Every day, I'm a faith believer, right? I trust in my God, and I know at the end of the day, I'm being judged. Real talk. My family, my wife judges me. She's looking at my social media. My kids be looking at it. My congregation looks at it. My coach, everybody's looking at it, man. I hate to vent, but all that's starting to get too ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's too bad. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know. Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
That wasn't directed at Crazy Legs, guys. Knock it off.
No, it's not directed towards any individual person. Let me make that clear. No individual.
That's why I do respect the way Scarface has done it for over the decade that he's been doing it. Because if people disrespect him like that, you know what I'm saying? He'll invite him to the gym. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that. And for somebody that's established and that doesn't need to fight anymore, he still challenges themselves in different ways, and it's somebody that started this by being the main fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to look at it. Scarface was the main fighter for street beefs when it started. You know what I'm saying? He had to fight people to start this shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you're right, because looking at Scarface, that's the way he handles things, right? And I think each of us handle things in a different way. Like for me, I'm a no-talk person. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm one of those dudes back in the day, right? I was known for this, right? I was a smaller dude. And I was in the streets and I had a problem, I was the cat that'll run up on you, hit you, and run. I wasn't sticking around for the fight. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna hit your ass, knock you out, and run. I'm out of there. I ain't got nothing to say. I done did what I need to do, and I'm one of those people. So at the end of the day, I like the way Scarface does what he does, but that fits him.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm not saying nobody, but that's what started the branch. You know what I'm saying? That's what started his thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and we all found street beefs through wanting to fight or fighting. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can't forget the roots. You know what I mean? It just it comes down to fighting.
You're right. Definitely right. Yep.
But I do have an issue with it though, because so Scarface's personal choice is to fight people that he has a beef with. And I'm going to say it like that he has a beef with. Yeah. You know how many people dislike Scarface just because he's in a high position, because he makes decisions, because of who he is? That's not a beef. That's hatred. There's a lot of people that have hatred toward him because they're jealous of his position and they want to fight him just to make themselves known. That shouldn't be an option that should be something like, if two people get into it, they're going back and forth. They have animosity toward each other, not because he made a decision and did something and kicked somebody out or whatever. He shouldn't have to fight every single person that he does that to, because he's the leader. He shouldn't be obligated
I'm
to
sure
do
he's not
that.
fighting everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't fight everyone, and nobody.
It's probably just kids like Jason Statham.
He's not obligated, you know what I'm saying, at all. But at the end of the day, from time to time, when there's a situation when you're being tested, it's always good to test yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this platform is here for. You know what I'm saying? This platform is here for that reason. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I stated that. Because
right,
it's the reason why we all got brought to this in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all came to fight, you know, or to learn about, you know what I'm saying, what the shit was about. So
it's like this. I think we all did this too, right? Remember, like when I grew up, maybe some of you people out there had the same thing. Is I grew up with a dad who was very stern. He took no crap, and he was quick to flash. He was quick to pull the belt out and want to whoop us. We used to get spankings, but he was quick to it. My mom, on the other hand, she wasn't that person. My uncle was different. He wanted to negotiate and compromise with us. And, I loved him. I loved the way he disciplined us. I hated the way my dad disciplined us, because if we talked back, he was ready to get us. But, at the end of the day, again, it's different strokes. I think everybody handles things a little bit differently. I do admire the way that he handles things in respect to how I think he tries to control the narrative by saying, again, this is what we did. This is why he started. I think this is the start of this is to get guys in the ring to solve a problem, right? If there is a problem and two people have one, then we need to do it. But I also think that, again, back to the bullying part, there's guys out there that just want to fight the bully. And I don't think think it's worth fighting them. I think you could turn the shoulder and hurt them more than you could if you fought them. By just saying, all right, you know what, I'm good with you, because you're just a troublemaker or something. There's those type of guys that are out there, but
and then there is bullies that are good fighters that just want to come and pick on people. You feel me?
I personally see that. Just because you're 265 pounds and you're a badass fighter doesn't mean you could say whatever you want to anybody. That's just a lack of respect. And if you're challenging people that are 100 pounds less than you or whatever because they disagree with you, that's bullying, in my opinion. Like, you shouldn't be able to use your size like that just to be able to say, well, I'm right because I'm bigger than you.
Right.
Yeah, but if you don't know what's happening on the outside and understand that, when beef fights, there is no weight limit. So when there is, what I'm saying, like, there's no discussion about that. It's like, you agree to fight, and that's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters.
But sometimes people create beefs themselves because that's what they feel like they can make their point by winning a fight. And like Daniel just said, winning a fight doesn't mean you're right in a dispute.
We don't have no
correct.
Don't cry. I didn't tell you to get away.
Shouldn't be using like that size and everything to just try to, like chest out and say, well, I'm right because you're like, it don't work like that. I think
it goes back again to that the egos, right? It's the egos that a lot of guys have, and they want to feel the ego. They want to somehow seem like it's kind of like a lot of dudes that aren't tough but want to prove that they are in some type of way. So that ego gets in there, and then they're like, hey, you know what? I'm a badass. They'll talk the talk. Some people will actually walk the walk. But at the end of the day, I think that goes back to what I was saying is, let's stop talking. Let's make this happen. And, and if you're someone who I think is taking jabs at someone or low blows at someone, cheap shots or whatever you call it, because in the fight game, you can take that's like hitting somebody in the nuts or give them a head, but it's not allowed. So whether you're fighting or whether you're talking, stop the cheap shots. And let's make it.
Where we come in with like respecting each other. We try to make this a positive environment, respect each other. Yeah, if there's a legitimate beef, of course, you know, settle it, but not
Yeah.
not picking at someone until you get what you want, until there's a beef, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, so anyways, next subject.
What is the next subject, Len?
The next subject is okay. I know you said you had 30 some odd pre-made fights. What are the big fights that we're expected to see that we are right
Now,
that are guaranteed?
I haven't publicly shared all of these, but for the people that are watching on Scraptalk,
You took your
say
pants off?
you guys are fortunate. Okay, so I want to start out with this one because, as you know, we have the 205-pound MMA title. You know, it was last obtained by Jay Gotham, and nobody's fought for that title since he passed away. And so we're putting the title up finally, and we got two tough competitors ready to go at it. We got El Matador and Cornfed for the 205 MMA title. Both are undefeated. That's going to be a good one. You got like wrestling versus jiu-jitsu.
And both strong, you know what I'm saying? One's a little more aggressive, so it's gonna be a good one. I'm ready for that.
That's exactly one of the things I wanted to hear was one of these big good fights, and I'm anxious to see now.
Oh yeah.
Even more excited now. Okay, who's
yeah,
next?
I don't see that. I don't see that going out of the first round. I'm gonna call that the first rounder.
The only way that goes out of the first round is if it goes to the ground.
Yeah, and it's just
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you get tired out.
Yeah, that's gonna be, man, that one's gonna be fire all the way around. Next I got a title fight. Flex versus Dre for the boxing title, 205.
A rematch.
Oh,
Dre no doctor.
Rematch, but this time boxing.
Dre no doctor.
Dre no doctor.
Interesting.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And last month Dre was feeling under the weather, so you know it's good to see that he's coming back from that, and hopefully he's training. And I know Flex has been trying to get down, and he's been doing a lot. He's been working with different people, so I think we get this moment right now where we should see an explosive fight with that one.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Pony Boy and Flex because both these guys have really been helping out a lot with the matchmaking process for this event. You know, we put together like 35 so far. And they're going to be working at the event, you know, trying to put together more fights. So shout out to those guys for stepping up and helping out. Okay, next one up, I'm just telling you guys the title fights. Okay, I got Tav versus El Guanaco boxing title fight. So Tav,
what weight is that at?
That's heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger. That's a good one.
Tav fought last month against Jinja Ninja. And we offered it to Jinja Ninja. But we ended up giving it to Tav ultimately. But Jinja Ninja's not out of the title contendership for this event either. So I'll get to that in a minute. But El Guanaco versus Tav, that's going to be a good one. See here, I got.
Can't forget Vikings, Mike. That's going to be a good one for sure.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Well, I'm going to get to that.
The person Vikings fighting.
Yeah, I'll get to that. That's not considered a title fight because I'm not going to give a title opportunity to somebody that's never fought in the Scrapyard before.
Yeah, it's not a title fight, but it's going to be made a bit quality. Like
it'll be good. Yeah, for sure. Black Panther versus Naughty Nate. Now, I don't know how old Naughty Nate is, so I can't say.
I like that one.
I can't say whether it's a title fight because Black Panther's the Masters Division 205-pound champion, and if Naughty Nate isn't over 40, I can't really make it a title fight. So I might be spoiling some matchups for you guys by saying that, but
yeah, well, I think he's around that age, so
he's close, but it's got to be over. Like we got to be fair.
He got to be at least 40.
He's got to be at least 40. Yep. I'll tell you guys this one. So some weeb in red versus unknown. Unknown is Frankie Balboa's coach, who signed up as like a level 4. And I guess he has a lot of boxing experience. That's going to be a really good one. That's going to be a real technical fight, I think.
You said that was some Weeble Red?
Some Weeb in red. That's from the guy from Burritos Gym.
Yeah, he trains out of Burritos. That's right.
Okay.
He fought Turtle last event.
Okay.
Solo versus Destructor. Destructor, formerly known as the Juggernaut, 360 pounds. His last fight was against Earthquake.
That's a lighter.
So that's a kickboxing match. 2 giant human beings gonna kick the shit out of each other.
It's always a fun day.
Yep. I got Ravena versus Devastator in female boxing. If you remember, maybe you don't. They fought each other. They were the first female fight in the Scrapyard. They were best friends, but they fought a couple of years ago. But they
Want to run it back?
They're gonna run it back.
Nice. Like, caught me off guard first time.
I got Brickhouse versus Jinja Ninja kickboxing title fight.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's
Jinja
go.
Ninja, I met him at the Hammerhead fights. He fought El Guanaco in boxing, and he was like, "Hey, I wanted to fight out the Scrapyard before, but I never made it out there." So his first amateur fight was actually against, a Scrapyard fighter. That was pretty interesting to see. And now he's going to take on Brickhouse kickboxing. That should be a pretty good one.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got transgender fighter Chimera coming all the way from Georgia. That's going to fight the Pillar in MMA.
Nice.
We got
shut up, crazy legs. Crazy legs is stupid as fuck.
I got so many people traveling from different places. I got people traveling from South Dakota, New York, California, just everywhere you can possibly think of. Illuminate the state. I got a matchup with this guy. I gave him Frankie Balboa. So Frankie fought like a month ago. I think that could be a pretty good matchup.
Nice.
All right.
And I got a rematch for Soul against Red Rocket.
Okay. Good.
Red Rocket.
And this time, Soul is going to put the title up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows that yet, but
I think it's been like 2 months. Soul's been wanting.
He knows now.
Right? He hasn't gotten one.
There were so many. So this is one of those events where like I had a lot of different matchups I could have given for Soul, Sanj, and all these other smaller weight guys. And I got Lucha Soul. I got him a matchup, like it's going to be a good event. So those were just a few of them. Hoodie Jesse's coming back.
Oh, you home.
No Limit. Smasher Loke. Actually, I gotta.
Where the hell is Epic 10? If I want to know.
Epic 10 never signed up. King Kai signed up. Lights Out signed up, and some other guys. They kind of signed up a little late, but we do have people that are going to show up that are signups but haven't been matched up yet. So we are going to do matchmaking at the event also. So if these guys, don't have matchups, we'll find them matchups.
Right on.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna have to dip out. I gotta get up in this boxing gym. I gotta get some work in.
Man, where you going, man? Where you at, man?
I'm at Summit Boxing.
Okay,
My kids at Summit Boxing right now.
Get your work in, man.
Yeah, man. I got 30 minutes to get in.
Combos.
Yes. Got you.
Well, we might
All right.
It was good seeing you, man.
Yep.
Love
Have a
you,
blessed
VJ.
night. Yes, sir.
Which I didn't even, man, I forgot to like mention his fight too. So that
Well, we
was
can do that.
That was Glock Dookie versus Viking Warrior. Glock Dookie's a new
Yeah,
fighter.
that's gonna be good at a fight. Like Glock Dookie knows his craft.
Yep. It'll be good.
Yeah, like he's new in street fight. I mean, he's new when it comes to Scrapyard, but he's not a new fighter.
Yep. And the
Like,
fact that he's
don't need
stepping
that
up and
fight.
fighting Viking Warrior says a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Vikings never really been like beaten at the Scrapyard. Like he's lost to one time to Fair Play, but that wasn't like a beating. That was a really back and forth
Yeah.
good fight, you know.
Yeah, like he's taken Vikings taking a couple of hard shots, but he's never like really been overwhelmed by anything.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
He's always game to fight.
This
So
fight for sure. This fight for sure should like probably.
Yeah, a lot of times with Viking though, I think we watch fights with him, and he's that guy that if you don't push the pace, if you don't push him, and you don't force him to get out of his comfort zone, he makes it look easy, man. And if we got an opponent that I think is going to push him a little bit, maybe force him to come out of the shell, maybe give him more, force him to be more technical, we're going to see a good Viking Warrior. I hope at the end of the day, for me, you know, Viking's my guy. I'm gonna hope that at the end of the day, Viking, that this dude comes prepared and that Viking does as well, because I really want to see Viking show what he really can do. And it's been a long time. It's been, you know, I mean, the Batman Smooth, that was a fight. I don't want to take it from Batman. He's a good fighter. But also we get to see boxing, and Viking is a very good and technical boxer. When he really puts his, so I think he's going to come prepared, and you know, we're going to see a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yep. I see 9ether being in here. Hey, his fighter, I had to pull his fighter out because his fighter got an injury. His fighter wanted to do it, but I said, I'm not going to let you fight with that injury, man. You're not fighting. It was La Reina. He was hitting a bag, and he like went around and he hit like his eye. And so like his eye and everything was all bloody. He couldn't even really see out.
So how do you punch your what? How do you punch your eye?
He didn't punch his eye. Like he hit something like as he was going around a bag. It was like a metal bar or something. But
okay.
I mean, I just said, man, you know, like I'm good with you being a ref, but as far as fighting goes, I don't want you fighting with one eye like that.
Yeah.
He was okay with that.
You were gonna fight. That was La Reina against 93B.
Yeah, that was gonna be that one.
Well, isn't he a little heavy?
Who?
93B for La Reina. La Reina seems kind of thin. Am I wrong, or is just his height makes him look?
His height. Yeah, they were about the same.
Yeah.
They were
Ryan has been eating lately. He's been packing the weight.
They were within 10 pounds. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I gave the clinician to 9ether, which I think still is a good fight. Like clinician, like his record doesn't really show like he's a good boxer, but he's fought some really tough fighters. He fought that guy from Friday Night Fades, you know, like he's had some really tough matchups. So clinician versus 9ether, solid matchup. I'm good with that. Will there be commentary for the anniversary live stream? I think there will be some commentary. If you're wondering about Chiseled Adonis, I mean, that's just going to depend on whether the camera guy's next to him. But Chiseled will be doing some commentary. I'm going to set up a camera and point it at him, and we can do some kind of like collaboration thing where he's posting stuff on his page or whatever.
You know what? I watched our live from last event. And I did pretty good. I did my thing. I was like, okay, I can warm up to this. And, you know, it's pretty good.
Warm up to being cameraman?
Yeah, I was on the live feed, and we were I think somebody else was supposed to be doing it, and
it gets passed around sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just took it and did it, and I have fun doing it. I didn't know how fun that actually is.
I didn't get any complaints, so
great.
That's good. No one's like, who the hell's on camera?
I've gotten some complaints before, depending on who gets a hold of the camera.
Well, you know what? I made it a habit, and I hope everybody appreciated what I did, because I made it a point to answer questions. There was a lot of guys tapping in. They were asking questions, and I really wanted to address everybody that I could. So every time I seen a comment, I wanted to address it. So hopefully I did that. That was my main focus. And also trying to keep up with the movement in the cage, which is also pretty hard.
That's all people want.
That's all they want. Yep. Yep. No,
right.
The only people I get issues with, like complaints about, is when people engage in too much back and forth with like negative stuff with the people in the comments. Like you get a troll and they just go back and forth. It's like, don't waste your time on those guys. Just put them in a timeout and move on.
You got to use how to put them in timeout, because like when I was running camera, I don't know how to block someone who's saying random ass shit.
Oh, you just got to push the button. I got to show you guys. That's what I mean. Sometimes it gets passed around, and like I don't get a chance to show everybody how to do everything.
Oh, food.
Well, guys, it's not looking good. This will be our first episode that our guest didn't really show up. So
it happened.
What happens? It's okay. I think it's the we try our best to try to get really good guests on. I don't think we just I think we've done, out of all the seasons that we've had, or episodes we've had, we've really done I think a pretty good job with getting guys on that are not necessarily in our community. And I think that's great to get guys outside the community, guys who are somewhat of a celebrity or used to be a former fighter, whether that's UFC. We've had so many different guests. I think we deserve a little break if that's what it is.
And it's okay, because I understand these guys have their lives and stuff, so I understand stuff comes up and all that. So I'm not
yeah, for sure
throwing any shade at these, at Robin for not making it. Scorpio, just message me. I'll unmute you on there. I'm still muted on the Street Beefs. I can't comment on any Street Beefs videos at all. I'm muted on there. I don't know who muted me or whatever, and for whatever reason, but yeah.
An internal beef.
Internal beef. That sounds like digestive meat or digesting meat. I don't know. Just sounds weird.
It's gonna be a good fight day. And then so really quick, I wanted to kind of tap in on something else. Nothing too important, but I just wanted to let people know kind of where we are with things coming up with the UK stuff. So yeah, we're gonna start that training camp. It's coming up, guys. It's happening fast. I just got another word from our promoter over in the UK. I try to keep up with him once a week. Everybody seems to be on track. Everybody seems to be on board and very anxious to get started with training camp. Our coaching staff. I think it's going to be a nice event. So he's doing currently right now. He's trying to add a new pay-per-view, and so now he's looking at a second platform for pay-per-view. So there could be 2 potential pay-per-view platforms going on. So, which is great, because being overseas and that far away, I think there's going to be I hope there's a lot of people that are going to tap in from all over the world. So he's got a national, or I shouldn't say national, award. It's called a global. He was trying to explain it to me. It's a global pay-per-view satellite, some way that everybody can view it. And it's not expensive. And so what's cool about the pay-per-view, for those that want to watch it and pay for that viewing, I'm hearing it's only $10. That's the new global pay-per-view. So when that comes out, everybody that wants to watch or wants to see it, I I think the good thing is to just tap in and spend the $10. It's going to be a good one. We still got 8 of our guys on the card. Yeah, so that's going on.
Have you been in contact with all of the fighters? Because there one fighter that I thought should sign up for this event, but I haven't heard anything from him is Professor X.
Yeah. So Professor X, the last time I spoke with him, he's still on board. It was before the last month's event. So we were going to have another fighter. We were going to have another meeting, and I tapped in with him to see if he was going to be able to attend the meeting. Sound like he was good. We're still rolling. I think for us as coaches, we just got to wait to see when training camp shows up or time starts, who shows up. And then we're going to have to hold them accountable and just make sure that all fighters understand. And I hopefully that all the fighters that are going to the UK are listening. We will be holding you accountable. If you are not in training camp, you are not doing what you're supposed to do to represent America, to represent Scrapyard, to represent Street Beefs, you could get taken out. So I'm not gonna. I don't want people to think that just because you've got asked or you got selected that you're guaranteed. It's about the work you put in. It's about how coachable you are as well. If you're not gonna listen to coaches, or you're not gonna follow the regimen, or you're not gonna you're out here wilding out and you're living life crazy. Again, goes back to what I was saying earlier about being judged. We're gonna be looking at all of those things like coaches should do. And so
this isn't necessarily a one and done deal. Like you have to realize that there's opportunities that can come out of this in the future in different places all over the world, so you want to put your best image forward for these promoters and show up and put on a good show and all that. Yes, it's only Scrapyard fighters.
Yep. Yeah, and speaking of which, it's only Scrapyard fighters, like Steve said. But with more opportunities to come, who knows, right? Who knows where that goes? Come out to the Scrapyard, get involved, get in our community. If you're traveling from if just because you're not from Washington doesn't mean you can't be in on one of these events. Just come out to the Scrapyard, be a part of our community, follow us, support us, all those good things. So it can definitely happen. I do have something, and I'm not going to talk about it quite yet, but I do have a little something that I wanted to bring up about one potential soon fights that I hope we'll see. I'm really looking to see my guy Real Lion get on a platform with us. And I think we're gonna be working on something. I think that he's been putting in the work. I think he deserves something. We're gonna see how it goes. I know he wants to fight, and so Real Lion. I want to see something happen. I think that whether it's us putting on a venue ourselves, Scrapyard, and us teaming up with someone, or even another fight with this UK promoter, somewhere else, another venue, a future avenue. I really want to see him get in the ring and do some things, because I think
he needs it.
He's for me one of my kind of an OG to me in the yard. Hasn't really fought, I don't think, a lot of fights in the yard, but when he fights, it's something special. And I've seen him train, and I've seen his work ethic and how much he can really put in there and bang. So I'm hoping that somewhere soon that we could see him do some big things. So I'm vetoing for him a little bit.
And it doesn't always have to be somebody that's specifically a boxer to get in on this too. Yes, it is boxing matches, but maybe somebody that does kickboxing matches could potentially be involved with something like this. Because honestly, this is a huge opportunity. I never had anything like this when I was a fighter back in the day. If somebody would have been like, "Hey, Firechicken, do you want to go to Australia?" I'm like, I mean, that would be just so amazing, just to say that I did that. But yeah, opportunity.
Definitely. So that's the UK. It is going to happen in November. We're still expecting somewhere within the first week or two in November to solidify the date. He's going to solidify the actual fight date, venue, and everything is already there. He's going to solidify that. He said somewhere in August. So we'll get that next month. we'll be able to solidify and confirm the actual fight date for our guys. Which is
and
great.
I don't want to for people to forget. Also we are doing the trip with DAD. He has been working very hard. He's got a fight this weekend. DAD, he's been with the Scrapyard now for, I think, going on a couple of years. You're gonna see the best cardio that you've ever seen out of Dad. I gave him a tough opponent. He wants a tough opponent, so I'm giving him Dynamic Duran. That's going to be a tough one for him, but we're going to definitely see. We're going to test him and see how that goes. But he's going to the UK in, I believe, October, and I'm going to go on that trip, and I'm going to use it as a measure, like to see what it's like over there, and just check the environment out and do a little bit of scouting, I guess.
What I want to say really quick about that is that I'm actually happy you did that you got him a fight, and that he definitely and I'm proud of him for wanting to fight a tougher opponent. I think a lot of times fighters tend to kind of want to be comfortable. It doesn't make you much better. Fighting better people, I definitely think helps you rise your skill set, makes you train harder, knowing that your opponent could be better than you, could be maybe even more experienced. I think it really makes a fighter kind of rise to what he can do. So I've seen a lot of fighters want to be comfortable in who they fight, and they want to select opponents. They want to match up to the guy and say, what's he look like? Can I see his videos? Can I see his fights? And, I think at the end of the day, you can only get better fighting the best. It's something that has been missing in boxing and in the fight business for a long time now. In the professional atmosphere, guys just don't want to fight the best, and it's time to start getting back to that. So fight the best to be the best, and I commend him for wanting to step in the ring and take a better opponent. So shout out to you, Dad, for doing that.
Crazy. You got any topics or inputs or anything that you'd like to discuss before we bring this to an end?
Like my mind's pretty blank, Steve, to be honest. Got a whole bunch of stuff in my mind right now. So yeah, don't really have anything to add.
Nice. Really quick, I do want to give out an invite. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 11 o'clock. Get in touch with me if you guys want to do some sparring. I'm over at the Benavides Boxing Gym. Good opportunity to fight some of their young, upcoming, more experienced amateur boxers. Some of the pros that are in there. You guys come on, get to work. I encourage you to step in the ring and get out of your comfort shell. Because again, I just spoke about that. But anyone that wants to do that, 11 o'clock, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays over at the Beery Benavides Boxing Gym. If you want to put your skills to the test, you want to get some good sparring in, there's some guys there that'll really push the pace, really, really try to bring out the best of you. And just give me a call. And like I said before, whether it's myself, whether it's Firechicken, one of our guys that can help you, we could be there to help you and give you a corner, be your corner, and step up and help you out. So I just wanted to invite you all, those that want to come and get some boxing in, the Benavides Boxing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Benavides is a good place to come to. It's very cool atmosphere. If you've never been, it's very inviting. Everybody embraces one another there. Once you come in, you're really treated like family. And so there's no egos there. No one's really trying to one up you or anything. They just want to fight and they just want to get better. And I hope that those that want to get better and want to take advantage of this opportunity, come on, you're welcome. So hit me up. You can hit me up on Messenger. Let me know. Hit up Firechicken, Steve, and even Crazy Legs. If you want to hit up Crazy, you can catch up with me. So anybody that is in our community and know how to get in contact with me or wants to do it, just let me know and we can make it happen. So I wanted to just put that out there. Then the last thing I got was a training tips. I have this note here, training tips. My training tip for this week is swimming. I say that because it's hot outside and you can take advantage of all water, whether that's in a community pool or a lake. Get some swimming in. It's a prime opportunity right now to get out there and get that work in. What swimming does is amazing for the body, you guys. It works out just about every muscle in your body if you're swimming the right way. Don't sit around there and think floating is going to get you anywhere, because it ain't going to happen. But I think it's an important thing to do. It's like a lot of guys want to jump rope, but guys want to spar, guys want to work mitts, get up in the morning and run, and in the evening and run, and all those. That's great. But if you add swimming to your regimen, trust me when I tell you, your body is going to be that much better. So that was my training tip for tonight, is try to get some swimming in and do it as much as possible.
Oh, don't mind me.
Yeah, don't mind Firechicken, because his training tip has a lot to do with wardrobe. Crazy Legs, you got a training tip for anyone? You should.
I'm not the person to give training tips. Like, nah.
How about something that you're not doing? Oh man, you got one, brother.
Well, I'm skipping training to be here right now. Skipping to be on the podcast.
So your advice to people is don't skip.
We appreciate that.
Training.
Yeah, don't skip training.
Don't skip training.
You know.
All right. Well, this was a pre-commitment, so I hope it's for a good reason. So we don't know what we would do. You're part of the show, so it'd be hard to be doing this without you. So
only got one more episode anyway. So
Steve, you got a training tip for anybody for tonight?
Do something. It's better than nothing.
Get off the couch.
Yeah, like where I'm at, if I don't do nothing, then it gets into be a routine, and then it's just snowballs, and then it's like trying to climb back up the hill is a lot harder once you've already rolled down the hill. So yeah, it's just hard with not really knowing like what you're going for and why you're climbing the hill. You know what I mean? So yeah. You guys are fighting because you're trying to further your career. You know, you guys got goals and everything. My training is just like, I don't know, to stay in shape, which I don't feel like it motivates quite like wanting to win a belt or be a pro fighter or that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of tough, because it's like, yeah, I want to do it, but I liked what Viking said about, you know, basically just the first time you think about it, you just need to do what you're thinking of doing and go out and work out, and not just be like, I'm going to do it later, because you're not going to do it later.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on.
Shout out.
Shout out. I'll go first.
Crazy, you go first.
Okay. Crazy, go first.
Shout out me, because like,
you're awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know what?
What you got, Steve?
Oh, geez. Hold on. I'm just constantly getting messages from people, from fighters and stuff, like, what do I need for the weekend? That kind of stuff. Shout out to everybody that puts on the podcast, you know, Heart the Fight. Shout out to the co-hosts, you know, LB3, Crazy Legs, Viking Warrior. Shout out to the people that are watching, you know, commenting. That's great of you guys, the fans, you know, for watching at home and being excited about stuff like the anniversary event. Shout out to my family. That's about all I got right now.
All right. Well, I'll just say shout out to my family, my wife, and my children. Shout out to Benavides Boxing, to Pichotto, my brothers Fred Stewart, James Boogie. By the way, if you guys want to come out and hang out, we'll be at the Bite of Seattle after the fights on that night. We have artists performing at the Bite. I'm not going to tell you any names, but come on out. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of platforms, a lot of stages with musicians and artists that are going to be out there. Pichotto's going to have some people out. We got a couple of DJs. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Cleveland High School, my football team. Love you guys. Shout out to, again, Hard in the Fight, Scrapyard, Street Beefs in general. Yeah, man. And then Shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For all those, just don't remember all your talents are given to you from the Lord above. Don't waste them. He's given to you for a reason. Amen. And I'm out of here, bro. So that's all I got.
I think that's all we got. Diesel, take us out.